let's talk about the difference between the two, because the perception about cable is that there's so much freedom, standards and practices be damned, you can say and do whatever you want. How real is that perception?
I don't know if you find this, but I think there's also, with all this liberty, there's a certain risk, which is you get yourselves in dramatic trouble, which is because you can do almost whatever you want, you start thinking, oh, well, the audience will love it if we have this much sex or this much violence, and you start to cross that line into gratuity, which is what you don't want to do.
Right.
So you have to watch yourself in a way that because nobody else is watching you, really.
Well, let's talk about budgets, too. I think there's also the perception that maybe in cable you don't have quite as much money to play with as you would in broadcast. So like if you wanted to stage a tornado or crash a plane, could you do it?
It's funny, I watch television completely differently from how I watched it before I was making television. And now I don't really enjoy it anymore. I just watch and think, how much did that cost? How much did that cost? How did they do that? Game of Thrones, I'm like, wow, who is paying for that? It just outrages me. And I saw the end of Downton Abbey, and I knew the guy was going to die at the end, and there's his car, and I know the car is going to crash, and the screen goes black, and there's the overturned car with an arm sticking out. I thought, oh, well, that's because it's too expensive to pay for the car crash. I didn't know any of that before. So, really, you can do anything. You just have to find ways to do it that are less expensive in certain ways. So I don't feel that we ever have to not do things, but we have to find ways to do them that don't cost as much.